Away from the thrills of Shambhala and the rumble of Dragon Khan is a world of colourful fun that is home to your favourite Sesame Street characters, SesamoAventura. While the towering coasters of the park are endlessly amusing to talk about, the family areas of the park are equally important in providing a varied experience for everyone. PortAventura has clearly poured a lot of love into making this area a timeless spot. When I was younger and the area first opened in 2011, it looked identical to how it does today. The buildings pop and look freshly painted. The only areas where paint is noticeably faded is on the track of Tammy Tammy, where the wheels of the train naturally create a steel path through the course, so the upkeep is fantastic. You would think that after years in the beating sun, the landscape of this park would be faded, but it looks fabulous. The ride variation is amazing. It's the most concentrated area for flat rides, with the Polynesia pirate ship swinging just outside the entrance for adrenaline-seeking parents, while kids can power their own drop tower in Sesame Street. As well as junior thrills, there are plenty of slower rides for lower height restrictions, so I'll go into each of the rides before discussing the entertainment, food, and other things to do in this wonderful themed family space. Starting off with La Granja de Elmo, Elmo's Farm, a tractor ride taking you on a journey around, you guessed it, Elmo's Farm. Featuring animals with the charming puppet style alongside your favourite characters, this vehicle ride is perfect to wind down with on hot days and steer your own vibrant tractor. However, this ride can amass some pretty big queues, as with it having no minimum ride height when accompanied, the vast majority of guests can take a journey on it. Overall, it's a good bit of fun for those who love the show and want to take a mellow adventure to break up a busy day at the park. Then we have Mariposas Saltarinas, Jumping Butterflies, which is one of two workout rides in this section of the park, where you sit on a bicycle shaded by a colourful butterfly parasol and use all your cycling power to rise into the air. It's a fun little ride where you and a friend can work together to cycle faster than everyone else, and I'd recommend giving it a shot later on when it's cooler and the queues are a bit quieter. The height restriction on this attraction is 1.3 metres unaccompanied and 1.05 with an adult, so it's good for little ones and adults alike. Coco Piloto, Pilot Grover, is an aerial tour of SesamoAventura, where you embark on a flying adventure in a cartoon plane. But this is another attraction that can get quite nasty queues. It's another mellow ride perfect for the shortest guests, with the height restriction being 1 metre when accompanied by an adult and 1.3 without. It's an ideal way to scout out your surroundings and take in the fresh air, but be wary of the wait time, especially if it is a hot day, as this is a slow cruiser that doesn't get too many people around. Tammy Tammy is the junior coaster of the area that opened in 1998, so it precedes the area by 13 years, but it runs fabulously for an opening day coaster. This Vekoma family coaster runs around a jungle-themed course, reaching a top height of 27 feet, making it a perfect first coaster for little ones. It has a fun ride photo so you can keep the memory, then give some nice pops of airtime and a snappy helix for an overall fun experience. The minimum height for this ride, accompanied by an adult, is 1 metre, with 1.3 being unaccompanied, so it's perfect for most children and all coaster enthusiasts looking for a credit. El Salto de Blas, Bert's Jump, is the second of the workout rides. You and another rider get seated on the outside of the approximately 22-foot tower and must hoist yourself to the top using a rope and a little bit of teamwork in order to take a mildly thrilling descent to the bottom. This is a fun little flat ride for riders as small as 0.95 metres with an adult, and it's always fun to race other riders. Magic Fish is one of my favourite rides of the area, where you ride on the waves upon a fish. But if your child is below 1.4 metres and over 1.2 metres tall, they will have to ride in the fish with you. Steer the fish further out using the wheel and catch the breeze as you quickly rip through the water. It's an incredibly fun ride and provides some decent thrills with the force of being thrown about without a seatbelt. Great for all guests. This is another ride that can get some decently big queues, as it has a low throughput, so be mindful that what looks like a tiny wait time can turn out to be 40 minutes in the beating sun. Kiddie Dragons and Waikiki are the two flat rides that are both not themed to Sesame Street and are purpose-built for those much smaller guests. They have a maximum height of 1.4 metres and 1.2 metres respectively, with no specified minimum height, so your younger children can still feel included despite not being tall enough to go on all the rides. Lastly, the big ticket ride of the area is Sesame Street Mission, an exciting interactive dark ride where you ride a taxi through Sesame Street to find the stolen cookie. By shooting cookies on the huge screen, you can amass points to compete with other members of your group. On your journey, you'll see impressive animatronics of your favourite characters, and an amazing Grover figure greets you in the queue line to tell you the story of the ride, with some great theming to keep everyone busy while waiting to board. An easy-to-play game paired with an engaging storyline makes for an exciting experience as you zoom through iconic Sesame Street locations, including Count's Castle. It's an amazing experience for those 0.9 metres and up, but might be one to miss for those who get motion sickness on 3D rides. Watch out for a full review of this ride coming soon on the channel. Now we need to talk about the entertainment on offer in this area, including 2 play areas for all sizes of kids. Starting with El Huerto Encantado, the Enchanted Garden, featuring many big slides to keep children entertained and huge figures of Cookie Monster, a cat, and puppet-style vegetables. This adventure playground is suitable for all ages, but you might want to tag along with the smaller ones as this playground is massive and is quite easy to get lost in. El Árbol Mágico, the magic tree, is another play area of the land, where kids can scale the centerpiece tree and look out over the area. The tree itself doesn't have much to do on it, however inside the grand piece you can find face painting and temporary tattoo stations for a bit of holiday fun. Cuidemos el Planeta, Take Care of the Planet, is an educational show about recycling, which helpfully explains how to recycle in line with PortAventura's environmental schemes, which have allowed them to become a rated B corporation. This might be hard to follow given it is in Spanish. However, the shows are very visual, so kids will be easily won over by their favourite slapstick mascots. Let's Dance is the other main show on the big stage, with songs mainly in English, so the full family can dance along to popular songs that are hot at the moment. This is a fun show where children have the opportunity to meet their favourite mascots and sing along with them. It's a really fun show which consistently is popular. There are also special seasonal shows such as those for Halloween and Christmas. Now on to the shops and food options in the area. You will find a massive selection in the Sesame Street shop, where characters will gather on the small stage outside. It's filled to the brim with teddies, t-shirts, toys, caps, souvenirs and more for each character you can imagine. And there is a full section dedicated to your favourite sweet treats and cold drinks of the park. This is a great, cool place to get refreshed and get a quality souvenir. Cookie Monster Corner serves fast food and snacks, such as slushies, so if you urgently need a refreshment or a small bite to eat, this is the place for you. During the heatwave, I found myself making frequent stops here as the queues weren't too long and the water was always perfectly chilled. If you're looking for a sit-down meal, El Cochino de Epi, Ernie's Kitchen, opens from 12:30 to 4:30 and serves food suitable for all kids, from picky eaters to those looking to explore. With familiar meals such as pizza and burgers, the portions are perfect for kids, and you might be able to catch your favourite show while having a bite to eat. It's a nice little restaurant that has a decent amount of shade, so the heat won't make you fussy, but it can get a little busy during showtime, so be mindful to get a seat before the crowd. At the end of your busy day at SesamoAventura, you can leave the street by train out into the rest of the park, as there is a station just by Magic Fish. While this area can occupy families for hours, the walk back to the entrance or the hotel can be too tiresome, and this convenient station can avoid the painful walk after cycling, pulling, blasting cookies and sliding, putting a perfect cherry on this wonderful puppety cake. Overall, the area is an absolute 5-star area for families of all sizes and ages, and it's a joyous place for every visitor of PortAventura, a must visit. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out my other videos in my PortAventura series, like, comment and subscribe. Thanks for watching, bye bye!